When astronomers first catalogued 3I Atlas in July 2025, the world barely noticed. After all, it appeared to be just another interstellar traveler, another fragment of cosmic debris wandering through the vast emptiness between stars. It was only the third confirmed interstellar object ever observed passing through our solar system. Rare, yes, historic, certainly, but still, by all appearances, nothing more than a silent visitor on a one-way trajectory of the Sun's domain. Then the James Webb Space Telescope, humanity's most powerful infrared eye, locked onto it, and what it saw changed everything. This was not merely an icy rock warming under solar radiation. Deep within 3I Atlas, something was glowing, not randomly, not chaotically, rhythmically, like a pulse, like heartbeat. As days passed, what began as an astronomical curiosity evolved into something far more disturbing. The object's brightness surged beyond predictive models. It emitted thermal energy from its interior, not from its sunlit surface. Then came the signals. Radio pulses, repeating, precise, within human timing tolerances, and finally, the course correction. The object veered, not drifting, not tumbling, adjusting. This was no passive rock on a gravitational path. This was an object behaving with intent, possibly with awareness. Something was inside 3I Atlas. And the James Webb Space Telescope may have just confirmed it was alive. At first, the anomaly was subtle, a statistical outlier in JWST's infrared data stream. But when scientists reviewed measurements from the NIRSPEC instrument, one feature refused to be dismissed. The first Atlas did not behave like any known interstellar body. Typical objects brighten and dim irregularly as they rotate, vent gas, or reflect sunlight unevenly from fractured surfaces. But 3 Atlas showed none of that variability. Its brightness remained eerily constant. Even more alarming, the glow was centered, focused. Emission from its core, every 4 hours. The internal heat surged and faded in a perfectly timed cycle. Not rotational, not solar, not gravitational. The pulse originated deep within the object, unaffected by sunlight angle or heliocentric distance. Officially, it was labeled a thermal anomaly, and officially, some researchers whispered another word: heartbeat. The pulse was slow, deliberate, mechanical yet organic, like an engine inhaling in deep space. Something inside was generating internal energy independent of external forces. And one terrifying question emerged. What kind of object powers itself in the dark? As thermal data became impossible to ignore, radio astronomers joined the effort. From observatories in South Africa to California, telescopes were aimed at 3 Atlas for days. Nothing. Clean background. Then the Allen telescope detected it. A faint, narrow-band signal, repeating every 4 hours, perfectly synchronized with JWST's thermal pulses. At first, skepticism prevailed: interference, instrumental artifact, terrestrial contamination. But the signal persisted, steady, exact, mathematically precise. Fourier analysis revealed a stable carrier wave unlike any known natural astrophysical source. It was not a pulsar, not a neutron star, not cosmic background radiation. There were no natural explanations left, so scientists did the unthinkable. They responded: a simple transmission, prime numbers, periodic table elements, fundamental constants. 72 hours later, a reply arrived. Distorted, faint, but perfectly timed. Something had heard us, and something had answered. On August 18th, events escalated. JWST recorded a sudden flare. A 40% brightness increase in less than an hour. No comet behaved like that. Then came the trajectory update. Orbital modeling by the European Space Agency confirmed a measurable course adjustment. 3I Atlas was shifting closer to the ecliptic plane, aligning more precisely with the inner planets. Outgassing could not account for the required thrust. The flare and trajectory change occurred simultaneously. Cause and effect. No natural interstellar object has ever altered its path with such precision. If something aboard 3I Atlas was responding to our presence, this was no longer observation. This was an encounter. Spectroscopic analysis accelerated at Johns Hopkins University. Researchers identified absorption lines never before recorded in nature. Water ice, CO, carbon, yes, but overlaid were signatures of metallic alloys containing rare earth elements used in advanced terrestrial manufacturing. Even more disturbing were reflections consistent with theoretical metamaterials, materials. Engineered to bend light, engineered, structured at the molecular level, 3I Atlas was not merely active. It was constructed. The question was no longer what it is. The question became, who built it, and why? At California Institute of Technology, passive signal mapping revealed that the entire mass of the object functioned as a resonant chamber. A low-frequency hum echoed through X-band and microwave spectra. When reversed and sonographically analyzed, the pattern resembled structured language, not human, but intelligible. Some believed it was adapting to human communication. Others feared something inside was waking. Infrared imaging from JWST revealed a spiral structure within the core, dense, smooth, perfectly rotating, unaffected by the object's stumbling motion. The dimensions follow the golden ratio at 3 recursive scales in nature. That pattern appears in DNA, galaxies, Nautilus shells, never in cold rock. This was not geological chaos. It was design. Then came mechanical motion. The surface panel retracted, clean, symmetrical, inside, stable, cold cavity. No debris, no gas engineered space. It remained oriented toward Earth, like an eye. A second pulse began from within, slower, stronger. Something else had awakened. At NASA Research facilities, trace emissions revealed synthetic analogues of terrestrial biopolymers, not DNA, but programmable, life-mimicking material. Biology and engineering glowed. 3I Atlas was neither machine nor organism. It was both. Historical alignment studies suggested its trajectory mirrored ancient geometric alignments on Earth and Mars, coincidence or return. The Canadian chime ray transmitted a broadband silence pulse for 6.3 seconds. 3I Atlas absorbed everything. On the 7th second, it responded. The return pulse matched the 1977 WOW signal signature. Either it replayed that signal, or it originated it. An unofficial interdisciplinary task force identified recursive universal grammar within its signals, self-referential structure. It was communicating about itself, possibly containing non-human consciousness embedded in geometry and resonance. Subtle stellar position distortions were detected. Simulations at the University of Tokyo suggested localized space-time manipulation. Not a black hole, but controlled curvature at CERN. Harmonic modeling revealed adaptive signal modulation. The object altered its emissions after detecting analysis. It was deciding what we could see. Researchers at Massachusetts Institute of Technology proposed temporal dilation as an explanation for its impossible travel time. Not faster-than-light travel, but bending time realm itself. A temporal traveler. Data artist Lucia Fenn visualized resonance geometry. The structure encoded repeating symmetrical face, not human, but deliberate identity recognition. Finally, JWST identified a region where light entered but did not return. Not absorption. Containment. Gravitational mapping suggested interior volume exceeding exterior dimensions. A vault. An archive. Possibly memory encoded in light. Sealed. Waiting for centuries. Humanity searched the skies for contact. We never imagined something might already be here. 3i. Atlas did not drift. It arrived. With rhythm. With memory. With purpose. It answered. It adjusted. It watched. And now, as it passes beyond Mars, still glowing, still pulsing, one truth echoes louder than any signal. We have been noticed. And once you've been noticed, you cannot go back to being alone.